Anna and Erin, congratulations on The Wrong Todd. Yeah, I seen the film, loved it. Talk a bit about what drew you to the project.
First of all, when we saw the casting breakdown, I don't know about you, but like, um, Rob had a link to the short, and it was so interesting and original, and just had this like tone that you could see into the director's mind. And then when I read the sides, it was just really well written. It was just a great character, and you could tell that like there were just some really interesting people in there, which as an actor is like your dream.
Yeah, for me it was the sides that did it. It was so real and so thought out, and even just auditioning with someone who's reading for you, and they might not be an actor, but they get it with you, and that's very, very exciting to know that when you do get a room of people together that are in this to make this and are characters and willing to develop things, it's going to be really good. And the whole idea of doing your life one way and maybe getting a different life that you can do is something that everyone wants to explore that. So to get to is really exciting.
Anna, your character, well, at least in this world, not the parallel universe. um, can you describe like she seems like a girlfriend that's so ambitious, and like she's like, you got to come along with me. So what does that say about relationship?
I think Lucy is one of those people who can see the world both as it is and in the frame of what she wants it to be. And I think sometimes that's a gift, and then I think sometimes the curse of that is that sometimes you can hold both those worlds and get a little confused as to how close where you're at is to the dream. And I think she runs up against that a little bit.
Your character, I think in one of the universes is a mom, right? Mom, yeah. So, did you pull from anybody that experience? Are you a mom yourself, or?
I am not a mom unless you count some animals. That counts. Yeah, but I've always been the mom friend, which definitely worked. You just want the best for the people in your life, and you want to sort of coach them through it. So I mean, to be handed an actual baby and told to do that for these adults, but have a baby, you're like, oh yes, these people are sort of, I am a mother, wonderful. So yeah, I am not a mom, but I feel that love, and I think that version of Abby definitely brought a level of love to the family of people that we built. That was very nice to get to do.
By the way, the baby is so adorable. That last part where he was making faces and then replies back, my heart is on the floor. So talk a bit about the challenges of science fiction in an independent budget kind of film.
To me, I think sometimes we have a stereotype that science fiction is all about the CGI and the what you can build and all the crazy things. But to me, I think one of the beautiful things about science fiction is when you just pick a really cool concept and explore the world of that concept. And I think that's what was really attractive about this project, is that Rob just created this, what if you could just hop between alternate realities? And it was just a really fun thing to explore. They did an amazing job building the vehicle of hopping between the times. I don't want to give away too much, but yeah, they did an incredible job building it. I mean, literally you walk in and you're just like blown away by it, which as an actor is like, does half your job for you.
Yeah, what I thought Rob did very, very well was that science fiction is this world of what ifs. Mm-hmm. And when you're working on a smaller scale, you don't have, giant green screens and studios to send your characters into space. It was a very realistic what if. It's just, what if there's another me? What if I had another life? What is that like? Like, maybe it's a little weird sometimes. But it was very attainable and I think very grounded in reality, which I think works for the project a lot.
Fun question that I asked the guys, I want to ask you ladies as well. What let your imagination run wild. What's your other person in the other parallel universe is doing right now, and what is she? What's her job? Stuff like that.
This version is very put together and responsible, so the other version is probably like not doing well. she is probably doesn't have a home, doesn't have an address. It'll be hard to find her. Don't send her mail.
I like to think that my other person is doing okay. Yeah. Wow. Jeez. I was probably working with animals. I myself always wanted to work with animals, but I was no good at biology. And that's like one of my deep-seated regrets is not being more able to work with an animal beyond feeding it and making sure that it doesn't like die in my apartment.
So I guess my last question is, what are the themes? What do you want the audience to take away from your characters and from the story itself?
Well, I think there's a really interesting dynamic that comes up between Todd and Lucy, which is this change is hard, and it's really easy when things feel good to not want to shake things up, or maybe even not even good, but good enough to not want to shake things up. And I think one of the things that really struck me about the story is sometimes we take for granted all we have that we can be grateful for. And yes, change can be scary, but what if you didn't have what you have? And what if you didn't have the opportunities that are before you?
Yeah, I mean, definitely for me, it was just this is your life. You get this one, and you can live in your what ifs all you want, but if you don't make the most of what you have, you're just watching it go by without you. And sometimes you just need to sort of lean into your personal storm and see where it brings you, regardless of maybe what you might wish is the outcome. But you never know what you're going to get.